We're Jazzy and JR, and here's a little recap of the road we're on. After renting a van last year, we fell in love with the idea of van life, so we went out, bought a van, and thought about what would happen next later. With no experience at all, we've managed to demo a passenger van, install the flooring, cut a hole in our roof, and put in some roof rails. We took a much-needed break in Idaho, and now we're back to show you how to frame out your windows. If you're new to building things, you've come to the right place, because this too is the road we're on. Hi guys! Okay, so I was just editing a video and I realized that we didn't really talk about how we did our windows, which every time they see the van, they always ask about how we got the passenger van to also have windows and not be completely boarded up. So I thought it's kind of cool and maybe we could share.
That's all I had. So the problem we were faced with when we got the passenger van was I knew inside I wanted a high bed. Jazzy also wanted a refrigerator, a tall standing up refrigerator. So those two already made it complicated with the passenger because now we were figuring out how do we fill those gaps.
It was like our first main project that we started.
Yes.
So anyway, long story short, here is the way that we did our windows on the outside to make a passenger van into a converted Sprinter van.
Yes.
With views.
Yes.
Want to show?
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, I mocked up this template here. This template is going to be the inner piece of this window. We're also going to spray paint the backside of this. That way when you look in from the outside of the van, it's just going to look black. Because right here we're going to have a kitchen counter, put some insulation between our counter cabinets and this piece. The Sprinter comes where you see this is kind of at a diagonal here. We want to have it as square as possible because we're going to have pull down blinds and we don't want any sunlight coming in, vice versa. When it's dark out, we don't want any of our lights going out. We want to make it as black as possible from either side, basically look really sleek. So I'll take you guys through the build process here. Okay, here's a little progress update. Made my templates, and I cut them out with a jigsaw. I just sand off a little bit of the corners just to get them all clean, but I made the bottom piece, and then I made this right panel. I still need to do this side. This will now start to shape out our window, and this will be really cool. So when you look from the outside and you're looking through the glass, instead of staring at insulation or looking incomplete from the outside, it will look all nice and finished. It's getting late, so I'm gonna call it a night. I ended up getting the kitchen window finished, so now I just gotta mount the pieces. Still kind of figuring out how I'm gonna mount it all, but overall I'm happy how it turned out. Still have to do the rear. Stay tuned. Okay, here's our window pieces that we made. Just to go over these a little bit more. This side right here is the side that's gonna be facing the window. This is how we made it. This is gonna get held together from the strapping. We made these strips right here to keep it from flexing in the middle. And now we gotta install them.
So there you go.
Yep.
That is how we completed, made, and templated out our windows.
Yeah, definitely more tricky than I was expecting it to be. Took me a lot of templating, a lot of going back and forth, just double checking our design. Another big thing that was like kind of tricky is we really wanted, when you look inside of the van, we wanted to be black around like the edges of the windows.
We still wanted it to look nice on the outside looking in, just as nice as it looks on the inside looking out. So we took the extra time to make sure we painted that. But
I'm happy with how they turned out.
And we know how hard it was to find someone doing this.
Yeah.
We couldn't find anyone online. If you're debating getting a passenger or not, maybe this gives you the confidence that you can do it.
Yeah. If you guys have any like suggestions, maybe that we
maybe it could have been quicker.
Yeah, it could have been quicker.
Leave them below for
ideas.
Other people.
Yeah.
So if you learned anything new, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave us some tips below.
See you guys in the next video.
See you next time.